Guys, so this iconic Air Jordan is back yet once again. Bam. So taking a look at the box, as you guys can see, this is your standard Air Jordan 3 box. Of course, you do have the black lid with the red Jumpman right there. Don't mind this hole in my box, guys. That is my retail pair, of course. But we do have the Nike Air on both sides, and we do have the elephant print on the bottom to complete the look. But label does read Air Jordan 3 Retro Grade School. Colorway is black, fire red, cement gray, and of course this is a size 6. Now, as I pop open the lid, guys, you do have the lot number somewhere in there, of course. Then you do have this card right here, which basically displays how the shoe was made, the different parts of the shoe, of course, things of that nature. This is something that was seen on the 88 version, and I kind of wish that this card would have came with the grade school version of the white cement reimagined Air Jordan 3s that we got last year. But super glad to have this particular card right here. Now we do have this nice elephant print paper right here, and guys, it's almost like every time I take this shoe out the box, it just, man, it just reminds me of how iconic this shoe really is. But nonetheless, we do have the Air Jordan 3 black cements, guys, and man, I absolutely love this particular shoe, guys. Man, I love it. Now, this is the 7th time that we have seen this particular Air Jordan. And yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like this is probably one of the best versions that we have had in a while. Like, man, whew, oh yeah, I'm loving them. But y'all know before we break down the shoe, we gotta go ahead and talk about the history. So let's go ahead and do that. So the Air Jordan 3 Black Cements originally released back in 1988 as one of the 4 original colorways, which are the Black Cements, the Air Jordan 3 White Cements, the Air Jordan 3 Fire Reds, and the Air Jordan 3 True Blues, which we need an updated version of. But this particular colorway was worn by Michael Jordan in the 1988 All-Star game, where he scored 40 points and 8 rebounds in a 138 to 133 victory over the East to give him that win. He also won his first MVP title that year, and he also won Defensive Player of the Year in a pair of Air Jordan 3s. Now, this particular Air Jordan 3, guys, was seen alongside Spike Lee in an ad campaign as well, in which he played his character Mars Blackman, you know, basically standing on MJ's shoulders, of course. But man, the story of this particular shoe, man, it just goes to say without a doubt that this is an iconic piece right here. Now that we got that out the way, y'all, let's go ahead and break down this particular shoe. So first and foremost, guys, on the toe cap area, you do start off with this nice, elegant elephant print right here. Now, it's been a lot of back and forth. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people feel like the elephant print should have been a bit darker like the OGs. But guys, I will say first and foremost that when you have a shoe that is over 30 years and they get so many retros, you know, there's manufacturing rules, things of that nature. Certain factories are different now, you know, and they probably can't use the same materials that they used over 30 years ago. So do keep that in mind. But, you know, you do have this nice elephant print right here, and I'm actually a big fan of it. Now, something I will say is they did try to go close to the OGs as far as giving us, you know, that thinner cut elephant print, of course, which, you know, in my opinion, I'm absolutely a fan of. Now, as we go into the toe box area, guys, you know, we do have this nice, soft leather right here. I'm not going to call it plush, but it is a nice, soft leather. And I'm not sure if it's actually full grain or if it's high performance leather, but I know it is soft and it is in all black, and it does run throughout the entire upper of the shoe, as you guys can see that. Then if you look more on the mug guard of the shoe, you do have more of this like smoother leather. So I would say that it's more so like 2 different leathers. This is more so like a smooth, nice leather, but this is more so like a more smoother leather, if that makes sense, you know. But I still love it regardless. Then you do have the die cut marks on the toe box as well, as you guys can see. And also you can see that the shape definitely has been updated, of course. So this definitely has, you know, that nice shape compared to the 88s. I do want to say that, you know, it kind of could compare with the 94 shape as well. And I'm absolutely loving that because, you know, they tried to go super close to the OGs with that. And they have been doing that on a lot of Air Jordan 3s as of late. But going into the lacing portion, guys, we do have this nice cement gray leather, of course, with the perforated holes underneath going throughout the lacing portion. We see it on the eye stays as well. As you guys can see, we do have our standard black laces. On the much lower portions, guys, we do have those red eyelets right there, as you guys can see. Then on the middle portion, we do have these black eyelets right there. And on the much upper portion, we do have these cement gray eyelets, of course. So 3 different eyelets, nothing too crazy. But making our way to the top of the tongue, guys, we do have, once again, that standard leather right here, which is very smooth, of course. And you do have that visible fire red Jumpman right there. Now, do note that this is the first Air Jordan to feature the Jumpman. Basically, this was the first Air Jordan to swap out the Wings logo for the Jumpman, which is why you see this in place of the Wings logo. Now, something that I will say as far as comparing these to the OGs is the fact that if you look at the tongue closely, guys, you don't see any red overshadowing the cement gray on the collar, and that is because they did tone it down a bit. Now, compared to the 2018s, it was overshadowing it a little bit, but on this particular pair, they tried to go as close to the OGs as possible, and they even more so slimmed down the tongue on these, which is also a feature on the OGs as well. And there's little details like that that just make a shoe a lot more better, in my opinion, guys. But we also do have this, once again, breathable cement gray leather right here and the perforated holes on the outside ankle collar of the shoe, as you guys can see. Now, on the base portion, guys, they did go close to OG as possible with this Nike Air see-through hang tag in orange with the plastic clip. This is something that we've been seeing a lot. We've seen it last year on the white cement 3s. We've seen it on the Air Jordan 4 military blues. Now, I know some people may like the more harder plastic one that they gave us back then, of course. But like I said, can't always get everything that's close to the OGs. But some people may like the one with the keychain that they gave us in 2018. But they gave us this in place to give it that more OG feel. And I'm definitely here for it. Definitely glad that grade school was able to get it on a pair of Air Jordan 3s as well, man. Absolutely love it. But making our way to the heel of the shoe, guys, here is where history happens because we have the classic, iconic Nike Air in white and an all black heel, of course. Now, this is one of the first Air Jordans, mind you, to feature the Nike Air on the back. So you guys can already see off the back that first Air Jordan to feature the Nike Air, first Air Jordan to feature the Jumpman logo. So, man, super special. Then underneath, you do have, to complete the look, once again, this nice, elegant elephant print right there, of course. And, man, it just gives it that overall, you know, pleasant look to this particular sneaker right here. And, man, I absolutely love it, guys. I absolutely love it. But taking a look at the sock liner, guys, you do get an all gray sock liner. Now, this sock liner, they decided to, you know, go with a little less padding, you know, something that, you know, we've seen on some Air Jordan 3s. This one is a little less padding with a little more thinner look to it, of course. Not like how they did on the Air Jordan 4 SBs or the Bread Reimagines, of course. But for the most part, I absolutely like that. That's something that was seen on the OGs, but the OGs was a lot more slimmer than this particular pair right here. Now, going into the particular sneaker, guys, As you're taking a look at the insole, guys, you do have an all red insole, and you do have the Nike Air in there in black, and of course my sizing tag. Now do note that this particular insole, guys, is a Dream Cell insole, and we've been seeing that a lot on, as far as some of the retros, or OG retros I should say. Like, it was on the military blues, we had it on the Air Jordan 9 powder blues, so we've seen it on a few OG Air Jordan retros this year, but not here to complain, man. Still love them regardless. But taking a look at the back of the tongue, you do have the red cushioning, and you do have the sizing tag, of course. Now on the OGs, the sizing tag was more so on the left inner side right here, as you guys can see. So I mean, that's something not too crazy, but they did put it on the back of the tongue this time. Nothing too crazy. Now as we go into the insole, guys, you do have an all polyurethane insole with an encapsulated air unit in the forefoot, of course. Now this does consist of all white, and you do have some black which wraps around the midsole as well, guys. And you do have a visible bubble air unit on the midsole as well. And this is also the first time that they did incorporate that visible bubble air unit on an Air Jordan, which we see nowadays, guys. So do take note that the Air Jordan 3, as you guys can see, is very iconic. Then to finish it off, guys, we do have an all rubberized outsole with hints of gray, hints of red, and hints of white, of course, as you guys can see. And these do have the rough, rugged stars on the forefoot as well. Now, I do note that my pair is grade school, so it will differ from men's pair. Men's pair will have the Nike in red, but on grade school, mine's will have the Jordan in red. So if you do wear grade school and you were wondering, yes, ours do come with the red on the bottom, of course. But nothing too crazy, man. They still kept it true and iconic to the OGs, man. And that's something that I'm very much a big fan of. So for the most part, I will say when it comes to this particular model, as far as the 2024 version and the 2018 version, I definitely would rock with the 2024 version more. It just seems more elegant. It seems like the material is more, lenient to the OGs than 2018. 2018, it was cool, but it just seemed like the leather was too tumbled on there, and this just has more of like a natural look to it, I mean, some people may like the 2018s over the 2024s. Some people like these over the 2018s. I mean, listen, that's a debate for another video. As you even could see with that shape, these have more of like that sleek down shape rather than that upward shape. These have more of that OG shape, guys. If you look at it from this particular angle, yes. That's why I said this has more of that OG shape, and it kind of resembles that 94 shape as well. Let me know if these were a cop, if these were a pass. For me, this was definitely my #1 shoe to cop for the month of November, and I just absolutely love them, guys. Like these right here. Yes, sir. These right here are hard. Also, I've seen some people have these as their sneaker of the year. I can't call it yet because we still have a few more releases set for December that I am looking forward to. Maybe one or two. So I'll make my verdict then. But man, this I will say is definitely a top contender for sneaker of the year. So you guys let me know what you think as far as this particular shoe. Did you cop them? Did you pass on them? Which model are you rocking with more? Are you rocking with the 2024 version, or are you rocking with the 2018 version? Let me know all of that down in the comment section below, guys. With that being said, you got your boy J-Jus. You got my thoughts and opinions and review on the Air Jordan 3 Black Cements. Man, love these, man. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like. For those of you who are new to the channel, if you want to see more sneaker reviews, if you want to see more monthly sneaker releases, or any other sneaker info leading into 2025, guys, then hit that big subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I love and appreciate you guys. Reach for the stars, sky's the limit, and we out.